Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education, more specifically Forex swing trading, using the TC2000 platform.
Hello, this is the weekend review for the Forex currencies on 16 April at 4 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to start off with the Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. And as we started off here on Sunday, was below RL, it's below, green candle up. Now if you did take this one, the Heikin-Ashi body was below the RL10 and there was a green candle for a low risk entry that came in. You would have been stopped out on this particular trade. I had the first order here with Heikin-Ashi body above the RL10, hits the 200, continues to go up. By the second here for a nice 1-2-3 punch out. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, we had a weak short here, came back, turned around for a nice 1-2-3 punch out. Aussie dollar, Japanese yen, very weak short here on this candle starting off on Sunday. If you did take this, you would have been out for a small loss here. This was above the RL10, no short. Initial trade entry here for a 1-2-3 punch out. Good trade. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Started here with a short, came back, stopped me out here at the belly of the dragon. Was up, no trade here. Initial trade here for a short for a 1-2-3 punch out. This became a tweezer on Friday. There's no further trade after this 1-2-3 punch out. So basically we got the difference between this and this entry. Aussie dollar, US dollar. This was Friday. Initial trade here, however, it would have hit your stop loss if you had it at the height of the candle. So it wouldn't have been a 1-2-3 punch out. It would have hit this one right here. This, however, going in the other direction, 1-2-3 punch out for a nice trade. Aussie dollar, US dollar. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Very weak short here, all above the RL10. Initial trade here, however, we did have a doji, and I didn't have the determination of whether or not it was a red or a green doji, so I didn't take that trade. And it's a good thing I didn't. Would have had a loss on the next day. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, very weak short, all red candle above the RL10 here. No trade on Friday, so as soon as this candle was formed here on Sunday, no trade for the entire week. All right, all the Heikin-Ashi bodies above the RL10, very weak short. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, no trade here on Monday, and no trade here. So we didn't get an actual trade until here. The RL270 was here, so this would have been a very short win if you had it your stop here at the RL30. Right, so this, you want to get at least a 1-to-1. So this, if you had this as your target, you would have hit it, no problem. However, it did come back up and hit the 30, but this would have been a short gain out there with a very tight stop here, at least a 1-to-1. Your Aussie dollar have the no initial trade on the previous week. This was a continuation of the previous week. If you did take that, it would have been stopped out here. No trade entry here is below the RL10, both the Heikin-Ashi and regular price action. This, however, started a beautiful 1-2-3 punch out. So 1, 2, and 3 out. Euro Canadian dollar, very weak long, as there were a lot of weak shorts and a lot of consolidation and ambiguity here with the direction. So it just kind of went up alongside the RL10, no trade. Euro, British pound, no trade. Also here with this particular thing, everything below the RL10 and also below the RL270. So this seems to be a significant amount of resistance here. If this, and this was Friday here, it did try to penetrate the RL270 and go up longer. It just seems to be hovering here at the resistance. Euro Japanese yen was just a chewed up dragon. This thing was just consolidating left and right, up and down, and this is the big banks taking your stop limits, and basically they're just stop hunting the entire time. So this is all consolidation. Here again below the RL10, green candle, red candle above the RL10. This, if you did take this one, it came back and stopped you out. Say if you had it at the hump of the dragon. This also one, if you did take this one, came back and stopped you out. But this kind of thing, you kind of want to wait until there is some definite price action among this level. This is definitely an area of liquidity there. You have the RL270 there, and you got the Z3 just above it with the RL90 above it. So quite a amount of consolidation going on with Euro Japanese yen. Euro New Zealand dollar, Friday in here, no trade here, and no trade here. Regular price action below the RL10. Then a 1, 2, 3 punch out. And if you use the RL270 as your target, beautiful trade, right? So this is a major gainer for the week. Euro US dollar, week long, all the way up until we got to here. Now, if you did take this as a potential 2-candle rule, you would have been out here for a low risk entry here at the 200 moving day average. So this was one loss and one trade for Euro US dollar. Just seems to be hovering around the 200 right now. British pound, Aussie dollar. Initial candle, then 2 candles, took this trade, came back, stopped me out, came back down, hit the RL270 for initial entry here, came back down, and hit for a 1-2 out, the Z3 excursion on the Heikin-Ashi. So good trade for this one in recovering for this trade here. British pound, Canadian dollar. This is kind of a choppy mess. No trade the whole time. Just kind of hovering up here, doing stop hunting. Big banks just stop hunting around the 200 moving day average. No signal to get in the British pound, Canadian. British pound, Swiss franc, kind of a week short here. We did have 2 candles north of the RL10. If you did, you were out at the low of this particular candle. This was a green candle with a harami on the Heikin-Ashi. Just kind of hovered around this whole area. We do have the RL270 for support. If you did take this trade, you were out at this particular time. And came back all the way down, touched the 270, and then came back up. So a lot of indecision here with British pound, Swiss franc. British pound, Japanese yen, kind of same thing. Week short all the way around. No trade. British pound, New Zealand dollar. Had an initial trade here with a green Heikin-Ashi above the RL10. Stopped out at least one indicator away. You try to keep one indicator away at the 30 moving day average. Then we had a 1, 2, and punch out here. So 1, 2, 3 punch out to end the week and recover that initial loss there. British US dollar, nice trade here. Got a 1, 2, 3 punch out here. This was continuation of the previous week. Ended week on a positive trade for British pound US dollar. Zealand Canadian dollar, absolutely phenomenal trade. I did have a short here that was stopped out. Then a beautiful 1, 2, 3 hit the 200 for a wonderful 1, 2, 3 punch out. Zealand Swiss franc, no trade here, week short. Then came back 1, 2, 3 punch out for a nice gain on the New Zealand Swiss franc. Zealand Japanese yen, kind of same thing, week short, no trade, and then a 1, 2, 3 punch out. Beautiful trade here. And if you did use the RL270 as a target, got an initial 1-to-1 here, which is kind of nice, and then another gain on the third candle. Zealand US dollar, we had initial trade here for a 1, 2, 3, but it did hit the height of this doji. So anything over a doji, you usually go to the other side or below the doji, but if you did take this, you would have had this as a small loss for this 1, 2, 3. But then we come back and then we hit a 1, 2, 3 punch out. Beautiful trade on going the other direction. Nice gains. US Canadian dollar, very choppy. Initial candle, no trade. Had a trade with the Heikin-Ashi below, no trade. Heikin-Ashi above, price action below, no trade. And then we had a 2-candle rule down below with my target at the RL270. Did not come back and stop me out for a loss here on this one. All right, so this was overall loss and no further trade the rest of the week. US dollar, Swiss franc, all week short, no trade. Just stayed away from it. There were a lot of currencies that were either week longs or week shorts, and you just don't trade it because it's consolidating. Big banks are focused on those major ones that were going in the other direction. US dollar, Japanese yen, again, another week short. We did have, no, we didn't. It was all price action. And Heikin-Ashi were not in agreement, so no trade. Silver, US dollar, we're starting to see some silver and gold price action to the first downside and to the upside, and we've gotten kind of a rebound effect here with a V, which shows significant price action to the upside. These V's here on the longer time frame, say the weekly, show a significant hammer here with more price action significantly to the upside as it closed above. So where you had, if you did take this one with a short gain here, then it continued to go up and up, and now we have a daily shooting star here. So price has to get above this tail before it considers more price action to the upside. Gold, on the other hand, nice surge to the upside. Already hit the Z3 on this candle. Also hit it on this candle on the Heikin-Ashi. So we are starting to see this W take effect. W target is over there at the RL270 before it consolidates some more, and potential more price action to the upside. If you go to the weekly, again, we have another V here with a major hammer here. So we got this and then another hammer, all staying above the RL270 on the weekly. So we got major support here at the RL270, so we could consider an RLXD here pretty soon, which means gold prices are going to go up and more than likely probably hit the RL90, right? So we have started our movement to the upside. So unless it forms, goes to spring, and then back to winter on the weekly, that'll be a collapsing dragon. But the dragon's belly has to come back below this before we can go short again. More price action to the upside, which was, I think, affecting the major currencies that had those nice candles to the downside and those nice candles to the upside. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Forex Week in Review. We're currently conducting a Forex boot camp and a Forex intermediate course. If you're interested, click on the link below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Well, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information on TC2000, I have an affiliate link below. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.